on the board here for the Lucas Oil MLRA late models, as well as the Comp Cam Super Dirt Series here at the Lucas Oil Speedway. Make some noise way back at your favorite drivers and way back at you as the fireworks fly here at the Lucas Oil Speedway. Beautiful sight, 4 wide down the front straightaway. Drivers taking one last breath at the line. Jackson Stovall going to take us under the green. Will Vaught already looking down to the inside. It's going to be Tony Jackson Jr. showing the way down into turn number 1. Tony Jackson Jr. will lead the battle off turn 1. Here comes Will Vaught. He will settle into second as that drops the 00 of Stovall back to the third spot. Top 3 drivers working the top shelf here on lap number 1. Down through turns number 1 and 2. Jackson this time a little bit of a bobble. Looking down to the inside, it's Will Vaught. He will take a look at the race lead. He will mirror the 56 car down into the corner, but he's all sorts of sideways. Will Vaught. How about the save by the 1V of Will Vaught? How about that? That could be the save of the season right there for Will Vaught as he hangs on to the top 3.
Don't know if it saves his season, Billy, but it definitely saves his chance here to try and make up those points as he's currently out in front of your point leader.
Here's a battle for the race lead. This time Tony Jackson Jr.'s got his hands full with the 00 machine of Jesse Stovall. Stovall looked like he had him by nose down in 1 and 2. He'll try and steal it this time down in 3 and 4. Catching a rut down there is all sorts of sideways is Stovall. He will surrender second and fall back to the third spot as now Will Vaught. He will go up to that top side cushion as Tony Jackson Jr. off the pace and Will Vaught nowhere to go. Tough contact for Will Vaught, nowhere to go. Fire back to the green. A great start. He's able to put 3-4 car lengths between himself and the 00 machine of Jesse Stovall. Drivers trying to navigate through turns number 1 and 2 as here comes Stovall. He will take a look for the race lead off the exit at turn number 4. Jesse Stovall on the bottom side, but it's still the 56 of Jackson at the line. Tony Jackson that time will push up, will surrender the lead, this time down the back straightaway to the 00 machine of Stovall. He will take the lead here with 6 laps in the books. Here tonight at the Lucas Oil Speedway, down the front straightaway, Krigler back there in the 3rd position, but out front it is the 00 of Stovall. This time he will stumble, open up the door of the 56 machine at the bottom of Tony Jackson. These two continuing to go at it here at the Lucas Oil Speedway.
Now all of a sudden they've slowed down a little bit, and that's opened the door for the 12C. Scott Krigler now has closed the gap between he and Tony Jackson Jr. as Jackson Jr. bounces through the turn.
Rough conditions at the bottom of turn number 1 and 2 for the second time tonight. Jackson and that Longhorn chassis off the pace, up to the bank. This time is Krigler moving on up, looking for his first Lucas Oil MLRA feature win, as is the 18 machine of Sullivan, who is now inside the top 3, but the caution out on this.
Hammer down and get us back to green flag racing here as Simpson collides with Peyton Looney as they bump off of one another on the restart.
Drivers trying to hold tight onto that steering wheel as down the back chute. It's going to be Stovall showing the way. Jack Sullivan this time solidly in that second spot. He's going to pull a crossover this time off the exit of turn number 4. He'll try and make the move down here into turn number 1 as Peyton Looney goes clear to the bottom side of the Lucas Oil Speedway.
Peyton Looney has definitely been your hard charger, picking off car after car, and now he's trying to pick his way to the number 2 spot as Jesse Stovall is running away from the rest of these race cars right here.
Running away down the back straightaway as Chad Simpson, Peyton Looney continue to battle it out side by side. Simpson taking the conservative line around the top side here at the Lucas Oil Speedway as Peyton Looney taking that short circuit around. He will have the advantage by a half a car length over Simpson down into turn number 3 as they are both right there with Jack Sullivan for that runner-up position. Mason Oberkramer, the 93 car, will retire from tonight's feature event, keeping his green on the racetrack. How about this side-by-side battle continues between a couple of MLRA champions, the rookie and the veteran, battling it out for the 3rd and 4th position as all of a sudden Jesse Stovall has found a rhythm, and he is starting to stretch it out, looking for tonight's $5,000 to win payday here in tonight's Fall Nationals A main event.
Jesse Stovall has stretched that lead out now, Billy, over Jack Sullivan to nearly 2 full seconds as they continue to race down and around this Lucas Oil Speedway as Stovall brings them back to the line.
Stovall has definitely found himself a lot better line out here on the Speedway. Earlier on, we've seen him going right through the ruts here on the Speedway in this heavy track, very racy track from all the moisture these last couple of days, but now Stovall is working that top side on the corner entry and able to pull a nice diamond move off the exit once again right to the top side. A very smooth line for the Jesse Stovall machine.
And it really has made all the difference now as he goes high into turn 1 and then cuts it down hard on the exit of turn 2, allowing Stovall to cruise and continue to hold on to the lead over Sullivan. Now that last time by, the lead almost 2 seconds yet again for the 00.
Gained a half a second on that last lap alone for Jesse Stovall. Is now the 5 car of Hunter Rasdon. He will exit off the speedway down to the infield, but keeping his green on the racetrack once again as Jack Sullivan continuing to represent well the Comp Cam Super Dirt Series in that runner-up position down into turn number 3 as we get ready to put 22 laps on the board tonight's 50-lap A main event.
I love watching this battle between the rookie and the champ here. Looney and Simpson side by side working their way through 1 and 2, and then Looney has to lift and the 25 blows past him.
Lap traffic now about to come into play for your race leader, the 00 machine of Stovall, down into turn number 1. He gets around the 12 car of Raymond Morrell, quickly chasing down Aaron Morant in the 12 of Scott Krigler. But once again, slow and steady, almost comes to a complete stop at the top of that corner. But right now, that is the fast way around this Lucas Oil Speedway for the Malvern Bank 00.
You see the battle for third right now. Looney trying to take it away from the champ, Chad Simpson, but Simpson able to sling that 25 around the dirt and continue to hold on to about a 4-car length advantage over the young man from Republic, and has to try to avoid another car there as he works his way off of 4.
Jesse Stovall picked up a couple of spots right there, putting a couple more buffers between himself and the 18 of Jack Sullivan, down into 3 once again. Works the top side. Now he's almost got a complete straightaway of clear sailing right before he catches the 33 machine of Ricky Frankel, the next car in front of your race leader, as Jack Sullivan now battles for second. And here comes Chad Simpson as Simpson. He'll make it 3 wide and try and take that spot from Sullivan. How about it on the top side this time for the 25?
Well, it didn't work when he went to the bottom of the track, so we'll go to the top, cross him over now. But the 18 gets such a great run. Jack Sullivan able to hold on to the spot.
Jack Sullivan holding off. Now Chad Simpson once again got in a locked-up battle with a 15 car of Peyton Looney. They'll go nose to tail this time through turns number 3 and 4 as Stovall continues to stretch out his advantage, with now sits at just almost 3.5 seconds as we are now past the halfway point of tonight's $5,000 to win main event. Number 4, Jesse Stovall back underneath the green flag with Jack Sullivan in tow in the 18 car. Sullivan down to the inside. He will power to the race lead. He brings Simpson with him, and Simpson 3-1 in 1 turn. How about that move by Chad Simpson? Now can he hold on to the top position? Jesse Stovall quickly back to second, but he goes quickly back to the 4 spot as the 00 machine starts to quickly slow and fall out of the top 3 down the back straightaway. It is all Chad Simpson and now Logan Martin into second. How about a wild turn of events?
That restart could not have gone worse for the 00 of Jesse Stovall, and now all of a sudden they are off and running. And Chad Simpson in that 25 now has his mind set on not only winning a race and winning a championship in the same night.
Tell you what, if he can hang on, this will be one heck of an exciting visit in Andy's Frozen Custard Victory Lane. But don't look now. Logan Martin, looking for his second MLRA Series win, is right there within striking distance. A motivated young man out of West Plains, Missouri, sits there in the runner-up position in the 36 machine down into turn number 1. And this time, Logan Martin to the lead. He will pull to the inside as Chad Simpson makes a bobble this time in turn number 1 and 2. Simpson back to the second spot as he nurses it through turns number 3 and 4. Logan Martin now to the point with just 7 laps to go. The 36 car looking for his biggest $5,000 payday to date.
Martin had started in that restart back in 6th position and just comes storming to the front, slides around Simpson, and now, Billy, even extending the lead here as they work their way down the back chute.
Chad Simpson trying to get back into a rhythm this time in turns number 3 and 4, but Logan Martin stretching it out, laps winding down. Just 5 laps remain for Logan Martin. He has drove a phenomenal race, but how about that power off turn number 2 by the 25 of Simpson? He is back in the rhythm.
That is championship power by a championship driver as Simpson cuts down the differential to about 3 car lengths.
Down the back straightaway, 4 laps to go. The lap car of Aaron Morant may come into play as both drivers will try and work their way around him. As Logan Martin this time bumps the cushion in turn number 3. I'm going to take a look to the inside. Simpson going to keep it smooth on that top side. Good lap that time by Chad Simpson, and he is able to put some daylight between himself and Jack Sullivan down into turn number 3. It's going to be 3 laps to go this time by for the driver out of Mount Vernon, Iowa, looking for his 3rd Lucas Oil MLRA Series victory of the season.
4 cars all battling back behind Simpson. Stovall gets free. Terry Phillips trying to pick up a spot. Gets around Peyton Looney, but all eyes on your race leader and your possible champion here as the 25 is rolling away from Jack Sullivan now as he goes into turn 3 as Sullivan exits turn 2.
White flag coming out the final time, the final ride for the Brinkman Motorsports entry of Chad Simpson. He'll make a bobble in turn number 1 and 2, but he's got a big cushion. Final time down the back straightaway. Race fans, he is looking to pick up the Fall Nationals. He is also now your 2018 Lucas Oil MLRA Series champion. It's Chad Simpson.
No, I'm going to be honest, I'm a little choked up right now. It didn't hit me until after we took that checkered, but it's just been a great run with these guys. Track was brutal. I knew it'd be a survival type deal, and I just had to wait for them guys to mess up, and that's when I could take my shot. And I was just scared to death I was going to make that same mistake, and I kind of did down there. I thought I was going to roll the car that last lap, but track was rough, but it's definitely got some character.
Jesse and Jack gave you an opportunity. They both made their mistakes down in turn number 1 and 2. Talk to me about that move that took you from 3rd to 1st up there in the front.
Yeah, I mean, I could run up on Jack. I felt like I was better than Jack, and he was having to slow his stuff up too much, and he couldn't get through the center. And once I got in, I could get mine rotated, and then I could drive wherever I needed to.